Dave here with Half Dozen Customs. I finally made it out underneath the Monte tonight. Today was such a beautiful day. It had to be close to 70 out, if not over 70. In the middle of February, you know, that's an awesome day to have. So, you know, washed Colleen's truck and shined up the tires, and I pressure washed and scrubbed my big zero-turn lawnmower at the end of the year. We seriously, like, we were out back mowing the grass still, and it started snowing, like, while we were mowing, and we finished doing what we were doing, and the mower was just full of grass and hay and weeds and mud and everything. But it was snowing out, and we pulled it into the shop here, and you know, from that day on it's been winter. So unfortunately I put that mower away filthy, and you know, I've had to look at it the last 4 months in here just being all messy. And you know, as much as I didn't like that, there wasn't really much I could do about it because it was winter. But now that we had a nice day, you know, I pulled that out. I pressure washed it and scrubbed it and cleaned it all up, and cleaned up the regular push mower as well. And so I did a lot of washing and cleaning outside since it was nice. Pressure washed the driveway, stuff like that. So, but now I want to see about getting these off. So I borrowed my buddy who owns the Jeep. I borrowed his like grinder thing with this big cone wire wheel on it, so that we can come in and start scrubbing and cleaning all this stuff, which was the plan for today. But since it was so nice, I kind of squirreled. So now I'm out here, and I want to try and remove these. If I can get these removed, that would be awesome. And we'll go from there. So let's see what we can do. It looks like I brought some stuff over here. It looks like I forgot the impact, and I didn't bring an extension, which I definitely need. So. Fingers crossed that this stuff comes out. You know, as nice as it did the other day. You know, these bolts came out of the rear end pretty easily. So I'm hoping that they come out of the frame. Easily as well. Good as we could have hoped. You know, try and get the bolt out. All they give you is, you know, a hole this big on the frame. So we gotta try and there's one, and they're in better shape than than I thought that they were gonna be. At least this one is. And this was the bad side. This was the side that was really rotted out floor-wise and frame-wise. Frame-wise, I had to, replace 2 of the body mounts. The hole in the frame where the body mount sits, I had to actually weld like a giant washer on the frame, so the body mount had somewhere to sit. So I was really thinking that those things are going to be, not usable. I was looking up new ones. I was looking at some nice tubular ones, but as much as I want to spend $1 bazillion on this thing, I'm really trying not to. This bolt looks like it's in really rough shape, and it looks like I did not get it with the PB blaster. So, fingers crossed. Looks like I got this side of it, too. Close. All that stuff falling. Safety spectacles. Should probably get split. Threads are a little screwed up at the end, but I think still threads on. Just seemed to want to go, so I wasn't stopping. I wasn't going to argue with it. Okay, surprisingly, for as much cutting that I did the other day, I think that this rear end actually came out fairly decent for as bad as this thing is. Now I'm gonna pull exhaust hangers, maybe. on, back up this way. Actually in that bolt. Oh God. Okay, well, get that stuff out. You know, the only other thing that I see that, you know, we're gonna have to take out of here, it's possibly the emergency brake cables. I think I'm gonna leave those in for now. I highly doubt that they work. I'd be surprised if they did. But one of the brake kits that I'm looking at, because I want to replace everything for, you know, as far as fuel lines go and brakes go, like everything's going to get brand new. Because we need to be able to go and we need to be able to stop. So one of the kits that I'm looking at for the rear, for the brakes, it comes with the emergency brake cable. They're actually on back order right now or out of stock, so I'm kind of waiting to see when they come back in stock, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So, but I don't want to take these out yet, so that I'm not trying to figure out how they went back in. Sorry. Oh, my deck is killing me laying under here. So, yeah, so emergency brake cables gotta come out. The brake lines and the fuel lines gotta come out. And those things, I may take that stuff out before we actually like PR15, because it runs like, you know, inside the frame channel and everything, and I would like to be able to get in there with the brush, and the fuel line and brake lines are right there. So that stuff may come out, but I don't know if I want to take it out tonight. I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go grab my grinder and grab the tool that I borrowed from my buddy with the Jeep, and we're gonna start grinding and cleaning up some of this under here. I would really like to start. I would really like to start PR15 and all this crap down here. Right. Busting off all the wire from the welds. Oy. That's sticking through the bottom. Okay. Let me get the grinder stuff set up and get an extension cord over here. We'll start scrub-a-dubbing down here. I shall return. Ow! Oh, I'm getting too old to be crawling in and out of cars like this. I'm back. I kind of cleaned up the mess that we had just made and grabbed some new tools. I got my bag of grinding discs, old used ones, so not wasting new ones underneath here. Got my wire wheelie dealie. So I'm just gonna start grinding and cleaning this stuff up. Should be a lot easier now with all the stuff removed. The last time I was under here, it still had everything in here, so let's get to some grinding. I got the welds ground up what I could. Let's see what this bad boy will do. That thing kicks ass. I think I need a mask. It's ass for sure. I need to go change out my head. This is aggravating me. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get a different hat because that hat is really loose on my head and it just kept falling back, and I don't want you guys looking at my bald spot, so solve that problem. Okay. Back to cleaning. What a mess. This is one of those cases where safety glasses don't make a difference. Just better sandblasting. What a mess. So it's cleaning up nicely. I'm glad I was able to borrow that tool. That's definitely what we needed. It's cleaning up nicely. We still just got a lot to go. I'm probably gonna have to get in there with my drill, with the wire wheel on the drill, to get into some of the tighter areas where that grinder machine won't fit into. But man, is that nasty. Nasty. I'm gonna take a break. It's all cloudy in here. I'm gonna go get some fresh air, so I'll be back. Alright, I just finished cleaning up around the Monte. What a mess that was. As you can see, I'm sure by the looks of everything else, I'm sure my face is black. So far, I'm happy with the way that it's turning out. I mean, you know, it's still a huge rusty mess underneath there, but that's, you know, we're getting that cleaned up, and we'll come in and PR 15. So I know some of you may be, you know, looking underneath in some of these videos and just being like, you know, oh my God, that car is junk. Well, you know, it's been sitting in storage for 20 years. It was a Chicagoland car all its life. You know, yeah, dude, that's what happens to cars out there, and especially when they sit, you know, for 20 years. So, thankfully, a good portion of the time that this car sat in storage, the majority of the time that this thing sat in storage, it sat inside. So, it could be a lot worse. But we're getting it cleaned up. There's definitely a lot more to go underneath there. It was just such a mess and so cloudy in here. I was having a hard time seeing under the car. The flashlight or the light that mounts on my GoPro died, and that is a huge source of light underneath the car. I need to maybe invest in a decent maybe LED light that I can put down underneath the cars when I'm working on them. I have a nice Craftsman fluorescent one, but it just, you know, doesn't do the job. It was awesome, you know, 20 years ago, but you know, some nice lighting under there would be good. But, you know, I think we got, I'd say 75% of, like, I would say what's underneath the quarter panel area, like maybe be underneath the back seat and underneath the trunk. You know, we got like 75% of that cleaned up. I got majority of the welds all ground down underneath there where all the patches were for that. And we, you know, went to town with that wire wheel. I need to get back in there with maybe, I have some like die grinders with wire wheels on them. I have some drills with wire wheels on them, and get into some of those tighter areas that that big machine wouldn't fit into. So we still got to do that. And then the whole underneath of the car from the firewall to like the rear seat, you know, we haven't really done much with that. The driver's side, we did good underneath there 2 weeks ago, and we ground down all the welds under there. So that is done. We just need to get underneath there and hit everything with the wire wheel, the frame and the drive shaft tunnel and all that stuff with the wire wheel. So there is a good portion of the driver's side that is started. So we'll get underneath there. I may spend a little bit of time this week, maybe getting the rest of it cleaned up. I'm thinking maybe, you know, maybe spend like an hour on it a day, you know, after I've finished up everything else that I'm doing, jump underneath there for an hour and get that, you know, get some more of it cleaned up before, you know, I go in and have to take a shower. So, you know, save the last hour of the day to get really dirty. And then, you know, maybe, you know, I'm not making any promises, but maybe, you know, next Monday, for Monte Monday, we can get underneath there and start POR 15ing stuff. You know, I'm not planning on the frame. We're going to POR 15 the entire frame. As much of it as we can reach with a paintbrush. You know, obviously the top of the frame's not going to get done, but anything I can reach with the paintbrush, even if I got to tape a paint stick to it to shove it up in there.
That's what she said.
You know, we'll get it. And that's going to stay POR 15, the frame is. And then the floor, as far as the floor goes, anything that's shiny bare metal now because we hit it with the wire wheel, or anything that still has factory paint, or if there's undercoating left, like there is quite a bit of undercoating still underneath there that wire wheel didn't want to take off. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to undercoat it anyways. So, you know, might as well just leave it. So, you know, I'm only going to POR 15 what needs to be POR 15 as far as the floor goes, which is a lot of it. It's probably 75% of it, but maybe not, probably 50% of it. But, you know, we'll just hit, because I don't want that POR 15 falling off of, you know, stuff. So anything that doesn't need it, we won't do it. I think all the bare metal stuff, I picked up a can of 2-in-1 today. So I think all the bare metal that's under there from like the new floor patches and all that stuff, I'm going to get underneath there with some 80 grit. We'll DA it all up. And then I'm going to rattle can that with some 2-in-1, just primer, paint, mix, and a rattle can. And we'll do that on the bare metal, because POR 15 is not for bare metal. So we'll rattle can that stuff. And then I think once that's all done, I do think, like, I'm gonna get underneath there with some seam sealer, and some of the stuff that got welded in, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and seam seal it instead of taking the chance of seeing that there's a weld there, or, you know, getting underneath there and doing body work. I really don't feel like doing body work underneath the car. Maybe if I had a lift, I would, but being down there on my back, I really don't want to do body work down there. So we may just seam seal a good portion of what got welded in, and then, you know, we can start undercoating it. You know, we'll tape off the frame and we'll undercoat that stuff. I mean, I think this is going to be, you know, a week or two down the road, but I mean, we're getting there. I want to start getting the underside of this car done. Now I can't finish all of it because of the quarter panels. When we go to put the quarter panels on, you know, it gets welded on down along the bottom of the car. Mostly it gets welded on down there. So anything that I do down there that's like on the inside of where the quarters weld, we're just gonna burn it off welding the new quarters on. So probably gonna stay away from those areas when we're doing it. And then once the new quarter panels go on, we'll have to come back in there and we'll clean up the welds back there, what we can get to, seam seal what we need to seam seal, and then we'll undercoat that stuff. So, but other than that, I want to get, you know, I want to get like 99% of the underside of that floor done. Like I said, we still got to pull the fuel line and the brake lines out, and you know, possibly the emergency brake cables. You know, it's possible that we may go in there and just do all this, and then you know, when it comes time to do the brake lines and the fuel lines and emergency brake cable, then, you know, we pull all the old stuff out and I go in there and I, you know, touch up with a brush what needs to be done, you know, what's behind all that stuff, and then, you know, go ahead and touch all that up, and then we lay the new stuff in. So that may be an option too. Stuff like the brake lines and emergency brake cables and the gas line, like, I really hate to pull that stuff out now and then, you know, just say, you know, it's a year down the road that we finally are to the point to where we're running new brake line and new fuel line, and I don't remember how it was in there. So, you know, that's kind of stuff that, you know, I think I would rather leave in there and change it when we're ready to change it. So that, you know, it's kind of, you know, you're going 10 steps forward, and then when you pull those lines out, you're going 10 steps back because you gotta go back in there and PR 15 stuff and undercoat stuff because it got missed, you know. So it is just, you know, what we gotta do when we're, you know, doing a I guess you could say a frame on restoration, you know. As I always say, it is what it is.
Catchphrase.
So I will see you guys in the next Monte video. Like I said, might be some Monte videos coming this week. So, well, being recorded this week at least. So I'll see you there. I'm out.